Hello, Frones here, and welcome to the 6th episode of my Building Qeraisha series. Today we're actually going to plan the actual city, so we are going to place blocks on the actual location of the city today. So that is exciting, but before we do that, I just want to show you this. This is the spawn point where we spawn if you actually warp to my world on the Darwin Reforged server. So as you enter here, I've just put up a few signs. If you're new to my stuff and new to my world, you can come here and check it all out for yourself. And as you can see up here, I have collected a bunch of builds. So this is the collection of the test builds that I have done recently. A Qeraisha bundle, a Bordia bundle, and the massive test build for the capital city of Qeraisha. If you haven't already seen all of these builds, there are videos for each of those builds on my YouTube channel. Alright, so it is here. You can check it out for yourself on the Darwin Reforged server /warp GamerFrones. But now let's get into planning the city. Alright, so how we're going to go about this is that I've put up all these different colors of wool with signs, and they represent different things in this planning stage. For example, roads, towers, walls, different kinds of houses, the markets, farms, and the palace. And then we have additional structure information with the green screen. And this is just one way to do it, but it is important when you're planning out such a huge project that you do your best to make it visible in this way, so you can actually see somewhat how it's going to look like in the end. And what I have already done is that I have some sketches in my notebook, a real life notebook, and that's important to try to sketch it out in the beginning. And I have already written lots of stuff about this city. I know of its people, of its culture, what kinds of people live here and how do they go about life and all that, and that's important to know. And now before we start the actual planning, you see that I've lined up some wool here, sort of trying to outline the size of the city. It's a pretty big city, for me at least. Don't know how you feel about that, but I'd say it's pretty big. But we need several districts. We need low class, middle class, high class, market district, combat district. We need a palace. We need an arena. So this is quite a huge project. So I've lined out somewhat where the city is going to be. So let's get into the actual planning here. All right. So the first task will be to figure out the positioning and size of each district, and it is of course vital to start with this general layout. So what I'm doing here is creating a separate wall. You see, with the red blocks lining out this wall that is going to separate the market district from the rest of the districts. So to your right now is going to be the low class, middle class district, where most of the craftsmen and merchants will be living, and there will be lots of shops, and it'll be located as the first district you enter, because the main entrance is going to be there to your right where the red blocks are. So after putting up these basic wall blocks, I already decided that the market needs to be bigger, because thinking of medieval times and fantasy in general, the market is a vital place in any city. So I want to expand it, so I take this, just a simple sphere brush, remove some of this hill. Probably not the most elegant solution, but it does the job, and I can smooth it out afterwards. So now we have more space for the market here, and this is a great example of how you go about this when you're planning a city. That normally you would like to adapt the city to the terrain, but if you have a general idea of how you like it to be, you sometimes need to adapt the terrain to the layout of the city. So now we have some more space for the market. So now we of course need to place new positioning for the wall here. So it is going to be there, separating the market district from the high class district on top of the hill, where the palace is also going to be. We have a little residue flying around, it's red I believe. And then I make another gateway down there, which is going to go to the combat district. Now let's turn our attention to the main entrance of Qeraisha back here. I'm sorry for the frame drops, it is the replay mod and we are struggling with that, but there's nothing I can do, sadly. But yeah, anyways, here we have the main entrance with a few watchtowers, of course. And it is especially, it's specifically important that this wall is being well protected, because it is facing south towards the realm of Carathon and the city of Bordia, and they are enemies. Bordia and Qeraisha have this strife going on, so they need to have this passageway or this entrance well protected. And because of the replay mod being such a pain in the butt, let me just show it to you this way. We have a few towers there guarding the walls here. That is separating again the high class district from the rest of the districts here. We have a main entrance and a huge tower there because it's going to be a junction between 3 walls. Then we have a little entrance here from the high class district to the combat district, which is of course going to be well guarded again. And down here you see that the combat district is going to go, it is quite steep, so we are going to level that out later. Now the replay mod is still bugging with me, so here you can see that I have built a whole section of wall back here, because if the palace is going to be up there on the hill itself will of course not be enough protection, so a wall will need to go here so that the palace up on the hill can be completely and well protected, and we'll be able to have gardens and stuff, nice little other stuff basically, between the palace itself and the walls here on the back. Now that bloody replay mod, I'm not gonna do that, you know. That replay mod is simply draining me of the will to do this. So now I will take you through this nice and easy, just having a look at what I've done. So we've just skipped in time, all right? We've skipped all the boring planning stuff, all the, you know, all that replay shit, because it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna do this a different way. So let's go through the different districts now. This is the entrance, alright? Going through here, we enter the market district, the place where the low class and middle class merchants and craftsmen will be living, and oh, sorry about that. And you know, going through their daily life of trading and producing goods and all that stuff. The purple thing that I've highlighted here is going to be the actual main market, and as you can see, it's right up to the high class district, because some of the high class people will be going down here to the market to buy some stuff, buy some goods and all that. They will be, of course, be having some shops of their own, but the market is the center point of the city, and you see that it is located right here, close to the combat district, close to the arena which is going to be there, and quite close to the high class district as well. Now all this orange stuff here is going to be houses for the craftsmen and merchants, and for the farmers, because out here is going to be some sort of farming stuff, and I'm not quite sure what they would be growing or producing here. You can you know, come with some suggestions in the comments if you know stuff about that. This is of course fantasy, but what would they realistically be able to grow in this barren land? Just let me know if you have any suggestions. Alright, over here, let's cross this ravine for a moment. Down here is going to be all sorts of different stuff, mainly water supplies, because there will be some water deep down in the caverns that they will need to transport up here with cranes and all that. That's going to be a really interesting thing. But on the other side of this ravine, right here, is going to be a mining district, so this will be the working class, the really poor guys over here. And as you can see, they have not as good protection. They have this nice hill which is sort of protecting them from the outside world. But the only thing they've got is that tower there and that tower over there. So enemies could potentially come, down into the city across this hill. So they are not very well protected, of course, and they are not supposed to be, because it is the super poor district, the mining district. So that is sort of the things you want to think about. Where would people realistically be living? So the poor guys would of course be living in the place that is not very well protected. And you see there's going to be an entrance to the mine there, and that was actually here. Again, I try to adapt the city to the terrain, so this would make sense for a mining district. Alright, let's quickly move over here to the combat district. So you see, this is the market district we are in here, and then we can enter the combat district through this gate, and this will be well protected because it's a combat district, I guess. So they will have lots of talented warriors and archers and all that sort of stuff protecting this gate. In here is going to be the arena, and besides being a place where warriors and those sort of people they train, it is also a place for entertainment and amusement. So in this city, the arena is of course a huge attraction. So it is not that far off from the market district, but they will be having their own stall selling stuff around here. So besides being a combat district, this is also a place where high class and low class people will gather up to see the tournaments and whatever is going on in the arena. Besides the arena, there will be over here, you see that I lowered the terrain quite a bit in order to fit more houses. Some barracks will be going here, and some training grounds for the soldiers, and then again a gateway entrance to the high class district up here. All of this will probably not be high class, but most of these people will be quite wealthy, and they are living close to the palace, which is up on the hill, center point, easy to see in all its glory, and well protected, of course. We've got walls coming up the hill here, and a nice tower there. So they will be well protected in the palace, and they have got, you see that there's some sort of the hill here is sort of between the palace and the walls. There will be, I believe I will be having some gardens here, some places for the inhabitants of the palace and the rich people to enjoy themselves. And you see that even though this is just one wall separating the palace, the city, from the outside, this place is impossible to attack the palace because there's a huge canyon thing here, and of course you would be able to attack here, but this is in a completely opposite direction of anything else. So I believe you will be quite well protected. We will have some more towers here also, so that is not going to be a problem. And again, having the palace on top of a hill is of course a defensive feature, but also you're able to see it from all the way around. Back here will be a wall again separating the high class district from the outside world. The reason why I put that little thing here is that I wanted to extend the palace a bit. Not sure how it's going to be actually, but I felt like it was too round, the structure of it up there. So extending it down here makes it stick a little more out into the actual high class district, and have some sort of stairs going up or a little garden section coming out. I don't know. It was just an idea that I had. So this is the basic layout of the city so far. Yeah, well, that is how it's going to look. I'm looking very much forward to continue this city, to build with you guys. As you experienced today, I got quite frustrated with the replay mod. It's not made for users of Conquest Reforged, so it's a terrible pain working with that stuff. Any content creator knows that, and we are all hoping for some solution to that problem. But for now, I think what I will be doing is, just building, because I really want to build. That's what I enjoy the most, to build and plan out and stuff. But of course, I also want to get some content out to you guys. So I will be building, and what I'm thinking of is maybe we could do some live streaming. If you are up for that, let me know, because I don't want to do live streaming if I don't have any viewers. That would be a little bit pointless, but I would like to do that actually with you guys. If you're up for it, it'd be a nice way of getting some content out to you, nice way for me to get in touch with you guys, and you can see what the project is coming along. But I will be making videos on this stuff as much as I can, so see you soon, and thank you very much for watching. Leave your feedback in the comments. I'm always looking for feedback, especially in this planning stage. Yeah, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. I will see you guys. Bye bye.